We got so many things I want to ask you about. I just was fortunate enough to get a copy of your book, Husbands and Fathers, and that is a powerful book about men, husbands and fathers. Yeah. And unfortunately, that's one of the problems that we're facing in American society, particularly in American society, the absentee father.
That's right. It's not one of the problems, it is the problem. It's the root of all the other problems. It's the root of the breakdown of the family, and the breakdown of the family is the root of all other social problems that we are encountering in America today.
Now you realize that's a very politically incorrect statement.
That's right. I'm politically incorrect.
So you believe that the problems that we're facing in society at large really have their basis, the foundational premise is the absentee father. Why?
Well, it's the breakup of the family.
The breakup of the family.
But the father is the one responsible for the family. And so when he fails, usually the mother steps in, God bless her, and tries to take over. But she wasn't made to be a man. And so the whole family becomes dysfunctional. And the children very often become rebellious. They're very disillusioned. They've seen their parents divorce. They don't believe in marriage. They've looked at the church and say it isn't doing what Jesus did. So we have a generation of disillusioned young people on our hands. And I'd do anything I could to reach them with the truth. In fact, God has given me the privilege. I've been invited to be the opening speaker at a meeting that's going to be held in Washington, D.C. on 2nd of September, called The Call, which is calling young Christian Americans to Washington, D.C. for a day of prayer and fasting on behalf of the nation.
Nothing political.
Absolutely. No politics.
No agendas.
We'll even pray for President Clinton.
Just prayer and fasting, including prayer for the president.
Yeah. Well, we have to. The Bible says pray for all in authority. One of the problems in America is that American Christians haven't prayed for their government the way they should.
Well, we're so mad at it sometimes. We get so mad at the government. But we shouldn't. We should be praying for the government.
That's right.
Some people say it's our fault that the government is like this.
Partly. It's a major cause. Paul says that first of all, intercession, prayer and supplication be made for kings and all in authority. That's the first item on the prayer list of the church. Whew. Read my book.
This one. Prayer and fasting.
Yeah.
Change. This book must be 20 years old.
It is, at least.
And you're saying it's at the forefront of a major move, 400,000 young people coming to...
I believe it'll be more than 400,000. I believe revival is coming to America.
Man. Christians can change the world through these, you're saying, in this.
Within limits. I mean, God has got certain limits beyond which we can't go, but within those limits, we have a lot of choices. And we need to exercise them. I love the American people. I'm an American citizen by choice. And American people have been so good to me, but I tell them, listen, I've never lived in a nation where Christians criticize their government the way the American Christians do. Why don't you pray instead of criticizing?
Well, I guess we all have to plead guilty to that. But it's a lot easier to criticize than it is to pray.
That's right, I agree. But the easiest route doesn't get us to the place you want to be.